Hello there, this is Retro Spirits Gaiden, and this is Dead or Alive on the PlayStation 1. This is the original Dead or Alive game of fisticuffs. Here's the Sony Computer Entertainment logo. Very ominous sound effect. Here's the PlayStation logo, licensed by Sony Computer Entertainment. That's a very strange bunch of sentences. Why is the PlayStation licensed by Sony? Don't know, don't care. Right, Tecmo, for it is Tecmo, have created a 1v1 fighting game for the arcade, and they've converted it to the PlayStation here, and we're using some sort of nice resolution there because it was sort of slightly shimmery, maybe interlacing. We have a full motion video intro featuring eyeballs, the word dead and alive, or alive. Dead and alive would be a difficult combination of things to be, wouldn't it? Tina's there. Tina's got a red top on. This is Black Top Girl. This is dudes. The dudes don't get so much of a focus in this game. This guy's got a face like a block of lard with a beard. There is it looks like a famous basketball player whose name escapes me. Dennis Rodman. You've got Dennis Rodman, and you've got Bruce Lee, and there's Tina again in a red top doing wrestly things. There's a ninja there. For some reason, ninjas in games can teleport you up into the sky and might give you like a screw pile driver into the floor. There's a naked lady at the beach. Good job it's foggy. You wouldn't want to see any horrible CG boobies. Here we have an old guy and a girl that can disappear into a cloud of cherry blossom. That's all, I think, in order. Right, FV intro, you'll never watch it twice. We have some options here. We've got time attack, we have a tournament mode, but here we're going to just play the arcade mode. This has got a couple of extra characters in it over the sand version, I think, including one that looks like Hulk Hogan. We might give him a try out later. Bayman's always been my favourite go-to character in Dead or Alive, the original. I don't know why. I think he's got a nice beret. He's got that French style that everyone loves. Here you can see the PlayStation is using its high-res mode. I'm running this on one of those little PS1 consoles, you know, the white ones that came out, the tiny ones. And the video output is very nice, as well as the game running in, it looks like PlayStation's high-res mode. We have Scurad shaded graphics, so the characters look like a bit like they're made out of helium-filled balloons because it's so smooth. There's glitching there. There's no skinning on these characters. They're kind of like a floating collection of primitives and shapes, loosely connected together and animated as a character, because technology back in the day wasn't that complex. Sort of a low-res background there of I guess that's kind of like bulrushes or something in a sunset. That's very evocative. We have a polygonal floor with sort of texture warping. That's not entirely pleasant. But I do like the character models. They do have a nice chunk to them. The gameplay itself uses a 3-button kind of technique similar to Virtua Fighter. You have a punch, kick, and a grab move, like you intercept the character's attacks, and that's kind of handy, although it gets a bit tedious if you're fighting with the characters in arcade mode, it has to be said. You can do button combinations. You've got some throws in there. I forget all the moves now because it's been a long time since I've played this. But generally, it's a good Virtua Fighter style game for the PlayStation, which never had Virtua Fighter for obvious reasons. The guy who made the game, I forget his name. I think it might be Itakagi. Don't know. Probably getting that incredibly wrong. Did like ladies, so this has lots of chest action for ladies. The only bit of the model that is skinned is the chest of the ladies, which is an interesting choice. Yeah, a bit. Maybe he's got a bit of a fixation there. He's got a few mummy issues potentially, but he obviously enjoyed fisticuffs in the Virtua Fighter style because he's basically copied it here. It's dynamic, fast-paced action. The thing that sort of sets this apart from Virtua Fighter really is there's no real ring out, but the edge of the arena is lethal to you. If you get knocked down at the edge of the arena, you get exploded into mid-air for reasons that are never really explained, but it does make it visually exciting, I suppose. Bayman is a chunky badass. So this game is fairly cheap on import. This is the Japanese version being played on a Japanese PS1, and it cost me I think £9 for this disc. I think it's well worth £9. It's one of the better 3D fighters I've played on the PlayStation, to be fair. I do own Tekken 2 and Tekken 3, and as much as I do admire them, I find them very difficult to play. And this is fairly easy, if a bit cheap. This character's shirt here looks like vomit. Well done, texture artist A. You've done a standout job of floor pizza as clothing. Yeah, it's no better close up, is it? Yeah, so the game's fairly cheap. The disc is nice. It's got like a nice print, like discs back in the day always had a nice image printed on them. This is no exception. You get an instruction manual. It's in Japanese, obviously. The PAL version of this, and there was a PAL version, probably plays at 50 frames a second. I believe this one's 60. So it's high res and 60. PAL version we used to play back in the day. It's pretty cool from memory. It's sort of really more or less identical to this, but sort of 17% slower as PAL games are. Yeah, I just got beaten up by an old man in flip-flops. That's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? But that happens most weekends, really. Time attack there. Yeah, there's plenty of game modes. There's some characters to pick from. We're picking Bass here because Bass, like I said, he's got a face like a block of lard, been rolled in hair on a barber's floor. He's got very starey eyes, and he's got it's basically Hulk Hogan, isn't it? It's Hulk Hogan in video game form. I don't know if Hulk Hogan ever did a move such as that, though. I don't know if I'd call this game good looking, but it is technically proficient. Like I say, I think the garage shading on this version does make the characters look a bit balloony, whereas the Saturn version uses no shading whatsoever, and it's just kind of flat polygons. It makes it look a bit more, I don't know, aggressive or angular or something. I mean, this is impressive for a PlayStation. It's running, you know, high frame rate, high res, with all the effects turned on, and you've got realistic shadows there for the PlayStation as well. Saturn uses blobs on the floor, so you know there are some differences. But the dude who likes the lady chests, he said he preferred the Saturn version back in the day. I don't know why that is, because they basically play identically as far as I can tell, because I do have both versions. But the PlayStation has extra character. So, he's praying to my knees. So, yeah, I think either version will do you. Neither of them are that expensive. Even the the FMV is slightly different, but it's like 20% different between the two versions. Actually, it looks like their torsos are skinned, but their arms and legs aren't. So what I said about the lady chest before, this dude here, Hulk Hogan, his body is skinned, which is an interesting. Yes, interestingly, hello technical guy. Hello. Interestingly, they've assigned vertices to bones and been able to deform the mesh via animating the bones. creating a seamless tube-like feature for the torsos and the characters. That's very interesting, technical guy. Where did you learn such arcane nonsense? At the University of Rigging and Boning. Okay, well that's an interesting university. Hopefully the boning part is to do with character animation and not something else. Right, I'm going to go now after Technical Guy's bombshell, and I'll see you later. Ta-ra!
私の勝ちね。
俺の時代も終わりか。